Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a garden stroll and a project update. We're starting off in the greenhouse because I am overtaken with plants. I actually just invested in this new shelf and now I'll be able to take this and take it out the door, bring it back in, and harden off my seedlings a lot easier. Today's a bit cold. We actually are 2 days, well, 2 nights into like the upper 20s, and the days are no higher than mid 40s. So they're staying in right now. They will be going back out, but we've got all of these seedlings plus some of our succulents that will go out, and we have a new toy for the back garden, which I will also talk about here in just a second. So let's head out of the greenhouse. Let's go see what's in bloom and some of the things that I've gotten done recently. Ooh, sunlight. All right, so coming out of the greenhouse, we're gonna head on down to the fire pit area. I have yet to figure out what I'm doing in this bed exactly. I do have some plants coming that I would like to plant there, and with the greenhouse addition, which will be an actual functioning greenhouse versus the apartment style living that we're doing currently, we're gonna have to move a couple things. Pretty much anything that comes down from this boxwood out to this point will need moved, which includes that poor service area, but I'm gonna get it moved here in the next couple days, and I'm gonna put it in that back border up against the fence, and it will still be the beautiful serviceberry grove. But let's go back here. We've got some daffodils coming into bloom, which are in front of the paniculata hydrangeas, quickfires that I need to still go in and deadhead, but they will be opening fully here soon. Really like these ones. They're really pretty. They have a buttery yellow outside and an orange throat to them. I picked these up at Home Depot like 2 or 3 years ago. And this is matcha ball, sambucus? No. Yeah. This is like one of the first shrubs that leaves out, and it's super pretty. It is a dwarf form. I know there's other ones on the market that get substantially larger, and then this one is not supposed to sucker as much, but I will show you it is doing it over here a little bit, and it's very slow at that rate. Not much is really going on. We still have not come up with a game plan as far as what we're gonna do down here, and I'm not even worried about the weeds. Over here, we have daffodils that are coming up, but they're a later blooming variety called Thalia, but it is appearing that they have gone blind this year. So we're gonna have to assess that. There's some buds coming in over here, but really what's carrying this section of the garden right now are the Midnight Masquerade penstemons. Really love that, and we've got just a couple right here, a small drift through here, a big grouping, and then just a couple scatter. And now we're over by the Norway spruce. So remember the Weigela that was over here, and I said, ugh, thing probably died. Believe it or not, it started leafing out, so I felt like I needed something over in that corner of mass. So I just moved it over there. We're gonna see what happens. Over time, it might have to move, or like all the other Weigelas I've had in previous years, it'll probably die and I won't have to worry about it. But the willow got moved here. I think I'm gonna really like the contrast with the darker green foliage of the Norway, and then that the blue-green foliage color and the smaller foliage of this willow. And then I did lift from that spot and put back there one of the Northwind panicum hydrangeas. Not Northwind panicum grasses, panicums, yes. Why I'm thinking hydrangeas right now. Other than that, not much has changed in this section. I still need to go through and start removing some of the plants that I know I want gone, and then we'll figure out more from there. This art installation is just a gathering at this point until I figure out where I'm gonna put all of them. Trying out a few plants in this area. This is a Chinese fringe tree that I overwintered in this self-watering pot. It's still live, no buds yet, which I thought was interesting, but it is a late spring, early summer blooming large shrub, small tree. And then we also have this eastern white pine called mini twists that I'm debating on putting out here. This one does get 6 foot high, 4 foot wide in 10 to 20 years. So we'll see, but it has these super cute cones coming on right now. And I love the shaggy appearance. What I haven't shown is in this corner, I made a choice. This is the Skylands Oriental Spruce that Isley sent out for me. And one thing I do, well, first and foremost, look at that combo. That is double play doozy spirea. I need one more. And I think I'm gonna bring it over to here, so that means we'll move that sedum up. But I love that foliage color, contrasting that. I think it looks so great. I'm gonna clean up my mess still. But this is an oriental spruce, which means that in our area in Northeast Ohio, it needs protection from strong winter winds. During the summer, it's not a big deal. It's the really cold, drying winter winds. So I'm hoping in this section that with the fence we'll be fine, but I'm also gonna go through and do some anti-desiccants really heavily for the first couple years and go up as far as I can. I'm hoping over time, there's some scraggly looking trees over here that they on occasion cut down, but I'm hoping that will grow up and we'll be able to get that free windbreak from those. We are starting to see more and more life of tulips, but I honestly think we lost quite a bit of them due to how wet this spring has been. There's not much I can do about it, but it'll probably be a couple more weeks and then we should really have a beautiful tulip show going on. Rugosa roses are looking good. I do think I'm gonna go in and take these down just a little bit, maybe about a third off of them, just to thicken them up and to shape them up a little bit. I've got one here. There is one more right there, and then one more right here. Not much else is really showy here. We are starting to see some beautiful leaf come in from the ginger wine nine bark, not ginger wine, I'm sorry, Amber Jubilee nine barks, which is that bright orange color. And it'll stay relatively orange and golden tones through the entire season. So it's a fun contrast to plants in here, especially with the silvery gray foliage of the globe thistles back here, and then that pop of blue with the nine bark really sets each other off. Marlo, get out of there, you know better. We do have a lot of weeding to do, and I really need to get to it because not only am I dealing with an overabundance of maple seedlings, all these little seedlings right here are these buggers. And I only planted 3 plants back here, and frankly, I don't need any more. In fact, some have encroached so far out that I'm gonna get in here and I'm going to dig them out and get rid of them just because I don't need that much globe thistle. It's quite obnoxious. Little side note, cardoon coming in over there. Let me see if I can zoom in because I don't feel like walking into the bed, but that is a 5-year-old plant. I started from seed and the main stalk dies out. Marlo, out. Main stalk dies out and then it pushes out side shoots, kind of like a bromeliad. Over this way, we do have some daffodils, which I'm surprised are still standing considering we had some snow come in yesterday. Luckily, it didn't stick and we're getting more. But these are a mix of, just classic golds and these doubles. These were actually on the property and I just split them and moved them around. We have some pulmonaria blooming. These are on their 2nd year. These were from plugs. But if I pan over here, you can see these ones are looking exceptional. This is Raspberry Splash. Just seeing that bright early color is so nice. We have some more daffodils popping up through here in our last tour. Those were not open yet, but now they are. And then right here, this beautiful black hellebore. There are 2 here, youngins, and then there are 2 more over here. And this one, to me, is exceptionally dark. And it's so pretty. I have 1 more in the garden over by the greenhouse, which will need to be moved because it'll be in the path of the addition. And I will move it over here. But maple seedlings, if you can get to them at the cotyledon stage and just break them off, you're good. But with so much rain we've had, it will just rip them right out of the ground. And then I just leave them because that's free fertilizer as they break down. All right, we'll just do a quick little pan. There's some, I never know how to say it. Is it Chinodoxa? I don't know. This little blue flower right here that I can't get to focus is in bloom. I also noticed the other day that we have some anemones that are starting to show up as well, which is always exciting. They're actually doing pretty good. I didn't plant very many of them, but they are coming up and starting to spread a little bit. And then one thing I'm really excited about, you can see that black foliage right there. That is Simicifuga, and I've never had any luck with it. And it's finally coming back, and I think we got it to stick. So there's gonna be some changes in this section of the bed as well this year, just because it's always felt off to me and I have problems with stuff along the edges of the beds looking correct. So that's mainly my focus on the outer sides, not so much in the middle, but I do want to relocate these primula, these are candelabra primula in here, out to an area that I'll be able to see them, because by the time they're blooming, which is late spring, early summer, a lot of stuff shrouds them. We'll just do a quick pan over. Lots of work is being done around here, so there's stuff just out everywhere. But yeah. All right, let's head up front now. Messy, messy yard. We're gonna be spending the weekend cleaning because it's gonna be a little bit warmer soon. Oh, before we get too far, check this out. Oh geez, I'm already getting distracted. This is Spotty Dotty Mayapple, and they're so happy in this area and they're starting to spread. So I'm really, really excited because I want a whole bed of this guy. Actually, there was one leaf I saw earlier. Oh no, it toppled from the cold. It got too far out, but it'll come around. Bert Marie Crawford, Ligularia, my word, already making its way. All right, so there's not much more up front as far as changes, but there is one thing I want to show you that I did get planted. Our not thundercloud, this is a bonfire peach tree. It's a dwarf tree. It is coming into bloom here. Beautiful dark leaves, bright pink blooms. This will probably be open in our next tour, so look out for that. Some hyacinths, some random daffodils are popping up. I do need to get in here and divide those clumps. And then more of these have opened since our last tour. This is this the Chinodoxa? I can't remember all these little bulbs names, but another thing that might need to change, and it's not, now I'm getting a good look at them. Maybe it was just this one I saw, but these roses right here, these are bling roses from Monrovia, part of their Eau de Parfum series. This one had some significant dieback. The other two are looking good. I do need to come back through and clean them up a little further, but I'm just not sure that they're handling this section very well. It's more of a part shade than I thought it was in this section. This is the north side of our house, but I thought I had a pretty good line right here of sun still till about 1 or 2 o'clock. So we might have to switch that out. These are, I don't know the variety of daffodil, but I appreciate them. They're beautiful. They're still a little cold from this morning. The Ivory Prince hellebores are looking good. Somebody posted today that they had a bunch of seedlings, and I find that ironic considering I've never cut back my hellebores until, the following spring, and I've never gotten a seedling. But boy, do we have a ton, if you look up here, a ton of alliums. That is all Purple Sensation alliums that have just been spreading and spreading and spreading in the back. So at some point we're gonna have to dig some out and get rid of them. But we have some random daffodils up here. I was telling Rob yesterday that, man, I really need some more early blooming daffodils up here. And I plan to do that this spring. But you can see right now, Amsonia Stormcloud is coming up with those beautiful black stems. I clearly need to get in here and do a little bit more clean out because the centers seem to be dying out. Or maybe that's time to divide these, but they have a really deep, extensive root system, so we'll have to do some more research on that. The Trifolium Galeaniata is coming up. Really interesting bronzy effect from the foliage with the red stems. And these bloom a beautiful white flower. It's a native plant for us that is really underused. So as we make our way out front, I did warn this Profusion crabapple that if it did not bloom this year, I was taking it out. I don't want an underperformer of a tree, but I'm trying to find the branch that I'm looking at. If we focus right here, it does appear we have a lot of blooms coming on this season. And if I lose them, I'm gonna be devastated. I will tell you that, because this tree is about 4 years old now, and I bought it when it was only about this high, and it's grown that much. And I would really hate to take out that tree. But one thing that I am shocked by is I've told you guys about this Lotus Moon beauty bush, pearl bush. Some sections are just not leafing out at the same rate as other sections, and I'm not quite sure why this happened. I mean, they are swelling, so there might be something going on. I don't see any damage, I don't see any disease or anything like that, so it might be just a freak occurrence. All right, so moving out here, I would really like to get rid of this sign, but I don't trust that the situation's under control yet. But check this out. This is Iceberg Alley Pussy Willow. This is a silver-leafed pussy willow, and it gets these beautiful orange blooms. I'm really fighting light here right now, so bear with me. Orange blooms on them, and then the leaves are just silver. Really, really cool. I've noticed that the deer do like this one, as well as other willows that I've had up here. So this is something that I might, it also gets very lost over in this bed because of everything that grows in. So this is one of those plants I might just move just to get a better view of. Our forsythia started blooming, and what an underwhelming show. I'm not quite sure what this is about. I'm not quite sure why it's happened, but we're gonna do some pruning to get some more shape on them, I guess. We're gonna give them one more year, and I think they're gonna go, unless I just can't handle it. But yeah, so this is a Thundercloud Plum. It is doing it's wanting to bloom. It's thrown out a few blooms. It's not a very profuse bloomer. I'm really trying to get this camera to focus here, but it's mostly for its foliage. And if I didn't love how this tree looked and the foliage on it. I probably would take it out since it's not that great of a bloomer like I thought it would be. The lilacs are, well, the lilac is really pushing out some bloom, so I'm really excited to see that one. I do feel like this was a mistake. I should move it that way, and I also want to move and dig up this clematis. This is Happy Jack. It's putting on a lot of growth, so I want to cut off everything there, dig it up, and get it transplanted somewhere. It's a very vigorous, happy clematis, so it gets lost being back there. But here's our new planting that we did here. Sorry if the traffic's getting a lot louder. Suddenly, it must be lunchtime. But this is Pinus. Oh, I don't know. Pacific Blue Pine. And this thing is going to be a stunner. 25 foot tall, 15 foot wide. I am excited for this visual block. I mean, it's like dead center, so it's a centerpiece plant. It's gonna contrast beautifully with our Golden Duchess hemlock. I'm just so excited about it. And then we'll have some more evergreen interest with the bird's nest spruce and then the Cedar Rapids, Chamaecyparis. And then I'm debating on letting that, no, I can't do that. We're past that stage, Brad. We also planted the black lace elderberry other part from the espalier video right there. So we've got some soft greens, you know, different shades of green, dark, light, soft. We have chartreuse, we have blue, we have black. We've got it all. This should be a really interesting long season of interest and a good visual block once everything gets bigger. And I've still got a few more things that I want to add in here that will get big to shroud out the road. Merlot's over here just doing stuff. I'm also debating on placing this beauty. This is Monty Blue Spruce. It gets about, I think they said 12 foot tall. It's part of the Isley Blues collection. And it's a beauty. I'm not even into blue evergreens, but this one's captivating. Yeah, 8 foot high, 6 foot wide. And I'm thinking I want to put it right here, which will require me to, I want to bump back in, bump, and then bring it out. Not so deep. I mean, where my finger was going was pretty dramatic, so maybe let's look at it a different way. Basically, I'm gonna bring this out just a little bit. I'm gonna skirt it out, bring it out so that this could be more right in line here, and then swoop it back in. It's an idea. I'm not sure. We've got this large span of grass. I would just like to really enclose the front yard to make it more inviting and not so exposed, but we'll see. We've got some moving around to do. That boxwood will go. This does not look good, and we're not going to keep that. This section of the garden does need something. I want to do very easygoing stuff, trying to really minimize the amount of work that I have in bed, so everything is being analyzed for how much less work I can do. We have yet to start the project on the birch, but that'll be coming up here in the next week or two. I do have the plants to go down. I'm procrastinating now because now I'm like, well, I should just get these lights off the trees now because I kind of want to keep these and do something different with the other birch, but I don't know. All right, so that's gonna wrap up this garden stroll. Just some updates, some things that are in bloom at this time of year. Weather has been really, really crazy, but we're trying, we're gonna keep moving. We're done cleaning up window boxes and other planters, so those are ready for summer annuals. And we're on our final seeds. We are doing zinnias, cosmos, amaranth, and celosia right now. Those are the last ones to start. Those will go in their trays and they'll sit there until they're ready to get planted out. We've bumped up a number of things, so we are really ready to go for the season. I'm really, really excited about it. So next video, we'll see what we get into. Maybe I've done something else crazy. Maybe I've moved something again, which that's inevitable. It's going to happen. But let's enjoy the changes and let's enjoy this season. I'm so excited, and I just want the heat to come already. I'm tired of being layers, but All right, guys, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.